What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. I don't know how many parts I'm gonna have to this because I don't know if I want to do my 2 story times with my labor story with Cam part 1, Zai part 2, and how they differentiate it in part 3. But we're gonna get into it. So when I was pregnant in 2016 at the age of 19 with Cam, it was literally a breeze. Like, it wasn't like I had the big old belly going on. Like, I wasn't going through much pain in my stomach or my back or my legs or anything like that. And also, I was working at Walmart at the time from when I first got pregnant, well, in the beginning of my pregnancy, and then till like a day before I had Cam. Like, literally my last day, I think it was like either Wednesday or Thursday, but I want to say Thursday. That whole day my stomach was killing me. Okay, yeah, so my last day was Wednesday, then I went to the next day, Thursday. All that day my stomach was hurting. I don't know if it was like small contractions or some stuff starting to begin, but all I know is my stomach was hurting all day. That's all I know. And then once nightfall hit, like around 12, I started bleeding, and then I was like going to the bathroom. I'm not going to go on to detail about that, but then, you know, I went downstairs because my mom was home at the time. So I told my grandma, was like, I think I need to go to the hospital because my stomach is killing me. Like, I'm sitting here using the bathroom constantly. Like, I'm getting hot. Like, I'm bleeding. Like, I need to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. Mind you, this hospital was so freaking, it was just not, it was tacky as hell. It was very tacky. Like, I did not like it. Like, the wheelchairs didn't have the like things, the leg parts in it, so I had to hold my legs up when it was pushing me in the wheelchair, number one. Number two, I'm not even gonna get into that part because I'm not on that part yet, but anyways, like, went to the room and the nurse came in there, and if you know, you know, if you had a baby before, you know, when they're checking how dilated you are, they'll sit there and put their fingers right up in you like that, and like it's like they put their whole hand in there. Like, it's crazy. It hurts bad too. It's not a pleasant feeling at all. But she did that. I was in pain. That's what I'm saying. I was in pain. So yeah, she did that. She was like, oh, well, you're only one, you know, you're only dilated by like one. And I'm like, bruh, what? And I'm like, well, I'm going through pain. Like, so what the hell? Like, what? So sorry if I'm like just, because I'm trying to think. Like, this wasn't just yesterday. Not like Zai, because I just had him like almost 2 years ago. This was like almost 6 years ago, okay? So I'm trying to think. So anyways, they sent me home because I wasn't dilated enough. And so sat there, went to sleep, because like I said, it was 12 a.m. to be exact. Went back to sleep, woke back up at 6 in the morning to pain again. And because once I went to the hospital, I stopped bleeding. But then once I went back to sleep and I got back home and woke back up at 6 in the morning, I started bleeding again. I started going through pain again, and this time it was worse. Like, so my grandma took me back to the hospital, and, oh, you're back? Yeah, I'm back. The hell? You should have kept me here in the first place when I was here in the first time. Like, so she did that again, and I'm like, oh my God, can you please stop? So she did that again, and yeah, at that point, they're like, okay, well, we're gonna keep you here. And I started throwing up. I don't know why. I really don't. But it would remind me of when I would have my periods. Like, I would use the bathroom a lot. Like, I would be throwing up. Like, one time I was on my period, I passed out, and that is some real ish, because people do have periods to where it can be like excruciating pain, like not a pain that is like you're about to have a child. Like that's how bad my cramps were. But after I had well, my periods haven't been as bad. Like after I had Cam, like a couple years after that, my periods weren't as bad as they were. You know, now I just have like little regular little cramps when I'm on period. But anyways, yeah, I was throwing up and everything. So my midwife came, oh, you ready to have the baby? I'm like, not really. But at this point, yeah, my grandma, there was another bed in the room with me. So my grandma, she slept on there. And I think my grandma was still there once my midwife got there. And she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go home and like freshen up and stuff, and we'll be back in a couple hours. I'm like, okay. And then my midwife, by this time, I think my grandma and them were there. They came back, my mom and my grandma. And my midwife was like, oh, okay, like I have to go to, I forget where she went. She went somewhere, a different county, that's all I know, to deliver another baby. And mind you, without her, I couldn't get the epidural. She had to be there. So she said, I'm only gonna be like an hour or so. I'm gonna be right back. Do you think you can wait for the epidural? Do you want it now? I'm like, I'll wait. Big mistake. So I said, I'll wait for you to get back. They had to break my water. And then after that, all I know is contractions. Like, those things are not a joke. I tell you that right now. Them issues had me asking God, why me? Like, I swear to God, like, I'm like, why? Like, why me? Like, why is this happening to me? No, and they ain't gonna will why it's happening to me. But that's how bad the pains were, like. So anyways, I'm asking the nurse, and then, mind you, they have to keep checking how much, like, how dilated I am and stuff. So then here comes the nurse. She keeps putting her fingers in me. And at this point, I got my contractions going, and you keep doing this. And it's like, please stop. Like, I think at one point, they were getting so bad, like, I kicked her hand off me. Because, like, I think that's the last time she did that shit. Because I'm like, stop. Please stop doing that. Because I can't deal. I cannot. So anyways, it was crazy too, because they didn't put one of those things in me to where it drains my bladder. So I, like, as I was keep having contractions, because like at this point I'm pushing without even trying. It's like Cam was just like trying to come out, and my midwife wasn't there. I'm asking the nurse, like, can I get the epidural? She's like, no, it's too late now to get it. And I'm just like, I don't know why I even let this lady leave and believe that she was gonna be right back, because she didn't tell me that she was, you know, delivering another baby. So, you know, it told me it's too late to get the epidural. So I'm sitting there. Like I said, they didn't put one of those things in my bladder to where it drained my bladder while I was having the contractions. And like I said, it was like Cam was coming out himself. So every time, like, I felt him push, like something pushing on down, like I was peeing on myself. Like I had to, and I could not control it. They had to keep getting towels for me, because I can't get up and go to the bathroom because I was in so much pain. So they had to keep giving me towels, giving me towels, like, to put up underneath me, because I kept peeing on myself. And I'm like, oh my God, this is just the worst first labor I could have ever, like, imagined. Like, this is not it. So anyways, at this point, Cam is coming. Here comes my midwife is just rushing, getting stuff on so she could do it. Cause Cam, his head is showing at this point, and they couldn't deliver the baby without her. I'm pretty sure if she didn't make it, I mean, I would have had to have it without her, but she was literally rushing in there. And cause my grandma told me, cause I was drugged up, but the drugs weren't working. That's all I'm gonna say. So she was rushing in there. everybody's getting everything on to get ready. All I know is legs open, pushing Cam out. At this point, I'm screaming because it's like it was painful. But I really don't remember much pain in that area down there, but I do remember the contractions as I was pushing. And I think the contractions overpowered the pain in my area where I was pushing him out. So I was pushing him out, screaming, yelling. Got him out in like 3 or 4 pushes. That was that. Like, I was so irritated because there was just a lot of unnecessary things that were going on after, literally seconds after Cam was born. And I'm just like, y'all all need to get the F out of here, because you guys, not everybody, I'm just not gonna get into it. That's a whole different story time. But it was just a mess. Unnecessary drama was going on. I'm like, oh my God. And then, not to mention, they kept me in the same room, in the same bed that I had Cam in. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, aren't you supposed to be in the one room where you have the baby and they transfer you to another room? Like, and also, when they wanted me to get a break, they didn't have a nursery. They had to take my baby in the hallway with them. Why am I still in this room? And, oh yeah, that's what I forgot to. Yeah, when I pushed him out, because I ripped down there. And I did. And that's how I know. Because even if I was drugged up, like, I remember what was going on, but the contractions was overpowering that much to where I didn't feel myself ripped down there when I was pushing Cam out. And I'm like, she was stitching me up, number one. And, well, number one, she, like, tried to give me some stuff to numb it up down there. But I still felt her stitching me up. And I'm like, although I had Cam in my hands, and I was trying to, like, because, I mean, this is my first time holding my child. I'm trying to be distracted from him because he was such a beautiful, sweet little baby. But I cannot stop thinking about a needle going in and out of my coochie, because it's like, I feel this. Weren't you supposed to numb me? I feel it still. And I told her that. She's, oh, we're almost done. I'm like, lady, I will never get a midwife again. And I love her and I love the nurse. Don't get me wrong, I love them. Because they even speak to the nurse till this day. Not till this day, but I recently talked to her. But at the same time, never again. But anyways, that was my story time for my first labor with Cam. Like I said, the labor part, having him in the hospital was janky as hell. It was just a tacky the whole situation was tacky as heck. Now, you know, me being pregnant, that was a breeze. The labor was not a breeze, I'll tell you that much. But anyways, that's my little story time. I'll have my part 1. I actually meant part 2. Maybe do it tomorrow or something like that. I might do it now, I don't know. But anyways, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell for post notifications when I post, when Cam posts, it don't matter. But anyways, peace.